welcome back to my channel.
I'm sorry. Can we start over? Because I wasn't ready.
Oh, sorry. Did I just turn it on?
Yes!
Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special guest with me. We are going to be making lip glosses today for
Emblem Beauty.
Yes. How do we start?
So before we get started, we do want to let you all know that we have sanitized and disinfect our area. We have wipes that contain bleach. They are hospital grade, and we do clean our area very well to make sure that we are protected as well as you. We also have our tubes, which are our wand tubes and our squeeze tubes that we're going to be filling today with the product. Those have also been washed and disinfected as well. So right now we're just gonna go ahead and place some gloves on and start this party.
All right. So we're making these for Emblem Beauty. You can check out emblembeauty.com. They have lashes. Right now they have a 25mm luxury lash collection that has 6 lashes that are a part of it. So go take a look. I like them. What are you wearing? Aren't you wearing lashes from Emblem?
I am. Today I am wearing Embrace. It's very full,
nice.
Very luxurious, very long. Yeah, go ahead and check us out. You know, we have a great line of luxury lashes, as Miss Jayla stated, and you know, we'll be coming out with new products soon. So subscribe to our honor mail and you could be the first to know about new releases from Emblem Beauty.
Like lip gloss. It's actually called a lip glaze.
It really is. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is basically anybody who's making lip gloss on YouTube or anywhere, they're always gonna start off with a base. I don't really have to go over who I got my base from. Everybody knows where you can find base at. There's several vendors on Etsy and of course AliExpress, and then of course the #1 vendor is TKB.
So what does this base do?
It starts off the gloss for you, so that way you don't have to basically mix all of the other ingredients that are found in the base here. So it's basically like a quick start.
Okay, nice.
So we're just gonna make a small batch today. We're not gonna do something really big, but we're just gonna do a small batch for the sake of the video. So as you can see, I did start with my TKB base. I did not measure this one, and I do have a formula that I do normally measure out for my glosses, but just for the sake of the video, again, I'm just going to start to wing it and just move it forward. What we're gonna have Miss Jayla do today, she's going to actually be the person to stir up the formula. So she's gonna take her handy dandy gigantic popsicle stick. You can buy these at craft stores, these are everywhere. She's gonna mix all of the ingredients that I put in.
Nice.
We're starting off with the TKB base. I use grapeseed oil.
Very nice.
Glycerin.
Oh, nice.
Some castor oil. And vitamin E oil. I don't use any nut-based oils in any of my products simply because there are a lot of people who have nut-based allergies, and so I feel it's just easier to not use any of those products to avoid any reactions or anything for anyone who buys the product. So the first thing that I do is I do have my handy dandy little measuring spoon here, and I always start off with the same amount for each of the different oils. So I'm just gonna measure that here, drop it in, and Miss Jayla's gonna start stirring for us. And the consistency that I'm usually looking for is something that's very, very smooth. And what will happen is I start off small with my measurements, and as I said, I do have a formula already created for this, but I start off small with my measurements until I receive the desired consistency. So now I'm gonna add some castor oil. And then I'm also gonna add some vitamin E, and everybody knows the benefits of vitamin E, so we won't need to go over that today. So Jayla's just gonna keep mixing this, and I do know that I'm gonna have to add more oils. So we're just gonna add more oils until we get the desired consistency. So just keep stirring, stirring, stirring. You can also, if you'd like to use the spatula, you can. Yes, definitely get all of the product off of the side, because the product that's on the side is money. That's money, and you leave that product in that bowl, that's money you're throwing away. All right, now you see how that product is moving a little bit, how it kind of, when she picked it up, it dropped a little. We wanna have that move a little bit faster for us because it's still a little stiff at this point. doing. So we want to go ahead and add some more oil to that to make sure that it's going to be the desired consistency. I will tell you all, the one oil that I do like to use the most is the vegetable glycerin oil, because it softens and it moisturizes. It's very, very multi-purpose, and it also has the same benefits of the castor oil. So you'll often see me use more vegetable glycerin oil rather than the castor oil in my products. Now, I don't know if you can tell, see how the consistency, you'll see it's so slightly tinted, and that's only because we use the grapeseed oil and the castor oil, and those have a little bit of a yellow tint to it. But we're gonna continue to keep mixing until we get that desired consistency. One other thing that I always have at my workstation is Q-tips, and this allows me to just grab a little bit of the product and try it on and just make sure that it's the consistency that I like. Or I'll just rub some on my wrist just to make sure that it's what I like. But remember, once you dip that Q-tip in there one time, dispose of it so that you're not doing any double dipping.
So for clear gloss, is this clear gloss or?
No, and there are some people who may use this and think that this is good for clear gloss, but for myself, you can still see that little slight yellow tint in there. So when I make clear gloss, I would not use any grapeseed oil or any oils that have tints to them.
Right.
I would just use all clear oils, because you can purchase a clear vitamin E oil. You can purchase other clear oils to have the same consistency.
All right, nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Now let's go ahead and lift that up. Let's see how this is looking. And you see how it's just moving freely off of the popsicle stick. Excuse me. This is exactly what we're looking for. We want to see that movement. We want to see it just flow, and we want to see very smooth consistency in our bowl here, okay? Very small air bubbles. You're gonna see some, but they're not always going to be gone. But as long as it's moving the way like it comes down just like that, that's what you're looking for. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to test it out on the wrist of Miss Jayla, just so she can feel it and tell me what she thinks of the consistency, if it feels smooth to her on her wrist. What do you think about just me rubbing that there on your wrist?
It felt quite smooth.
Okay. So I'm gonna toss this one, and then I'm gonna hand Miss Jayla a Q-tip with some of the product on there, and she's gonna apply it to her lips.
I usually need a mirror for this, but we're gonna try this out. A little thick. Very soft. Moves well. I like it.
So do you feel like it's too thick for you, too thin for you? Do you feel like it feels greasy or anything like that?
I think that it feels, I guess, I don't want to say greasy, but it's just easy for it to move. So
just from you just wearing just the glaze, just like this, it looks great. It's very shiny. It looks silky.
It smells good and tastes good.
And we haven't even added our flavoring. So the next thing we want to do is, because we do have our desired consistency, we're gonna make a purple gloss today. Our glosses are called Lip Glaze. So like I said, it's gonna be purple, and this is gonna be for the line that we have, and it's gonna be called Worthy. So when you do shop on our website, and you'll be able to see this particular gloss color, look for Worthy.
I'm super excited about a purple gloss. I don't think I've ever had a purple gloss before.
We're gonna start off with the one that says purple.
Okay.
And then we're gonna probably mix in the lavender one just to give it a little bit more shimmer.
Okay.
And I did also just wanna show you all some of the other mica powders that I have that I bought from some other vendors. These are all matte colors, and I did purchase these from a different vendor. And once I start to make some more solid colors, or even when I get into some of the matte lipsticks that I'll be working on, these are the colors that I'll be using to make some of those. And you can also make, just use these, all different kind of colors. I bought a lot of the lighter colors like these browns because I really want to create a nude line. That will be coming a little later down the line. So just wanted to show you all of the different mica powder colors that I have. These are cosmetic grade. Just make sure that when you are purchasing mica powders from different vendors that you are getting the cosmetic grade. No one will be harmed or anything like that in terms of when they're using your product. So you always want to make sure that you're flattening the top, so that way you're not overusing the product and you're using the exact measurement that's on the product. So we're just gonna drop that in there, and then we're gonna have Miss Jayla mix it in. And you're gonna see all that beautiful purple goodness start to come to life.
We're mixing, and I feel like it's not as maybe pigmented as I thought it would be right upon putting it in there, but I'm sure it'll get there.
Yes. Mix, 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 mix. And that's the reason why I kind of layer my colors a little bit, just so we can see the difference in how the color actually transforms itself. And that way, you know, you can, you know, make it to where you like it to be.
Yes.
So I'm gonna drop in another measurement here.
All right, and that was purple? That is correct.
Okay. All right, and we see that that color is now starting to transform and turn a little darker for us. And again, Miss Jayla, make sure you get all of that product on the side, because that's money. And while she's mixing that, I'm gonna go ahead and drop in a little bit of our lavender color.
This is nice. Looks like a galaxy. Ew.
Show that to the camera.
This is nice.
And as she's mixing all of that gorgeousness together, it just looks heavenly from here.
Yeah, it looks deeper,
yes,
more pigmented. I like this. I can't wait to put this on.
So while she's preparing that, I'm gonna go ahead and open some of my flavorings. As I mentioned, or throughout the entire video, you know where you all can get flavorings from. Most people use the Loran flavorings. I actually ordered mine directly from the Loran website. It was just easier for me to get a different variety of flavors. I have quite a bit of flavors, but for this particular one, since we're making a purple gloss, we're gonna go ahead and use a grape flavoring. Just so you know, you don't have to use any type of flavoring. As Jayla mentioned earlier, when she was just testing out the consistency, she was able to have a nice little sensation in her mouth just by wearing it without any flavoring, and that's because we do use that grapeseed oil in there, and it works perfectly without any flavoring if you choose not to use it.
Here's what we're looking like. Looks good.
So I use one of these pipettes that we have. Everyone, you know where to get your products. I'm probably not gonna say you know where to get your products. Amazon, TKB, AliExpress, everybody has them.
I smell this already.
Yes, it's very, very potent. I do wanna caution you that you wanna be mindful of the amount of oils that you use, because if you use too much, it could cause a burning sensation in some of your clients' lips. So I do just use my pipette inside of here, just take a nice little amount here, and I'm just gonna count my drops that I add into my color. So we're gonna let Miss Jayla mix that one. Then I'm just gonna put my excess back in the bottle, and we're gonna use the same pipette when we're getting ready to move our product.
It smells good.
It smells like grape soda almost.
It's weird, I feel like I could say that it smells like bubble gum too.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
so that color is like coming in really deep and purpley, and
nice.
It's definitely has a slight shimmer to it, so it's gonna look really, really good.
Especially in the sunlight.
Yes. Miss Jayla's doing a great job by scraping those edges because she wants all that money. I'm gonna go ahead and start prepping my syringe, and I use a 20 milliliter syringe, and that's only because I can control my product much easier, and plus we're just making a small batch, so I don't need to use a bigger syringe. These are already sterilized, they come in the package already that way, and I'm gonna take my pipette, and just like everyone else does, I'm just gonna cut that bottom right off. I'm gonna take that pipette and put it on the very tip here. Now, there's different ways to get your product into your syringe. Some people will take the syringe here and they will suck up the product that way into the syringe, or some people take, if you're using a styrofoam bowl and you have the great consistency and it moves, then you can just pour it in that way. So it just depends on what works best for you, and it also just depends on what mood I'm in for the day and how I'm gonna put it in the syringe.
This looks so nice.
I am going to actually suck up some of the product because it's not a process that I normally do, but let's try it today. Trying to go kind of slow because I don't want to get a lot of air in there. We're just gonna use our little purple spatula to get some of that excess off. And then I'm gonna put the pipette on the end there. I like to go directly in that corner and make sure that I'm filling this product all the way up into the corner because I don't want any gaps in there. So I'm gonna fill that up and just move it back and forth.
This is nice.
turn my tube around just to make sure I don't have any holes, gaps, bubbles, any of that stuff in there. So that way it looks perfectly filled.
Can't wait to wear it
when it's done. So I'm gonna just wipe off my gloves. Normally I am definitely not this messy. It usually just flows perfectly. But you know, when somebody watching, things happen. I'm just gonna do it how I normally do it. This is normally what I do. Get my product in there. And you see how it just easily pours. That means I have a really good consistency. And I'm just gonna hold it because I do have an assistant today. Miss Jayla's gonna help us. We're gonna push that in. What is going on today? Oh my gosh, what is happening? I'm really confused as to why it is I'm having all these bloopers today. So now I'm gonna just go ahead and fill this up. I'm gonna hold it while Jayla's holding this part, getting that product all the way in there. And remember, you don't wanna fill it all the way to the top because you do have to put a stopper in there. So we do have a stopper right here, and Jayla's just gonna push that right in there all the way. Yes, ma'am. And then we're gonna put the top on that one, and this one is done.
Nice.
We'll wash off our tubes when we're done, just to make them look nice and pretty and so that they're not greasy or anything like that. And then I have this little stand, and you'll also see a couple of other ones that we did make some tester products out of. And this is nice and purpley. I have a couple gaps in there, but that's okay. This is really just for testing the color consistency for us. And then now we're gonna work on filling an actual wand tube. And when I don't have an assistant with me, what I normally do, because I do like to pour my product inside of my tubes, is I use my little lipstick holder here, and then I just put my syringe in there and it leans to the side, and then I can use both hands to put my product in the tube. All right, that deep purple is just so pretty. All right, that's where we're gonna stop right there. With the wand tube, you wanna make sure that you're going to put the product all the way to the bottom. So she's gonna hold that for me, and I'm gonna push this all the way to the bottom as much as I can. And remember, with these, you don't fill them all the way to the top. And that's because once you put your stopper in there, it's gonna cause pressure. And the pressure is not going to allow you to be able to put the top inside of your wand tube. So Miss Jayla's gonna actually put our stopper in there to cap this one off. Yes, ma'am. And then you're gonna go ahead and take that wand, the ones that we've already disinfected and cleaned, and push it right on in there and screw it on. And if you can see, when she placed that in there, you saw the product rose to the top because we're now pushing more pressure into there. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that so gorgeous? Look how that looks. That's amazing. Those are our 2 sample tubes that we're making for today. Actually, not samples, but they're gonna eventually be our product. We already have the product name and everything like that. So we were just testing the color, consistency, making sure everything was going to be aligned with what we wanted it to look like, and go from there. So the last thing that we're gonna do is I'm just gonna take a quick step away, wash off our tubes, and then we're gonna affix our labels so that way you can see how it looks at the very end.
Nice.
Let me just go ahead and show you what the wand tube looks like. These are the tubes that we'll have on our website. This will contain our product. And these are our squeeze tubes. And you can see that color came out so beautifully. Really, really deep purple. All right, so that's pretty much it. As I mentioned, these are just some of our testers that we're doing today. You'll be able to find our products very soon on emblembeauty.com. Sign up for our honor mail so you can be the first to know about new releases, sales, and things of that nature. Also, if you're interested in being a brand ambassador, please reach out to us at sasha@emblembeauty.com. You can send us an email with your interest, and we'll get back with you and let you know what we can do.
All right, so I'm going to try Worthy on from Emblem Beauty that I have the pleasure of helping make. A little bit out. Nice. I like it. I feel like I could see that it's purple too. I have a mirror, but What do you think? Right, so these are some colors that already exist. 2 colors, or 1 color that we made. This other color already exists. This color is Fortune. Don't mind my nails, but that's Fortune. So my question for you guys, I would love to know what colors you would like to see Emblem Beauty come out with. And do me a favor, drop a comment, let me know. Check out emblembeauty.com. And yeah, toodles.